Hey, welcome. Hey, you come on in. Come on in and visit. I've been looking for you. I'm Lou Vickery, and I'm excited that you're here. We're going to talk about can do today. Can do. You know, that's an attitude and a learned behavior. But first, I want to share with you about the largest creature on land, and it's the elephant. You know, an elephant can lift 14,000 pounds. Now, to put that in perspective, that means one single elephant could lift the entire Dallas Cowboy football team at one time. Now, that gives you an idea of how strong an elephant is. But you know, you take that elephant out of its environment and bring it into captivity where it will perform at a circus. What happens? Well, it's a whole different matter, isn't it? You can learn to chain an elephant right from birth with a simple rope. And they learn not to stray from that post that they're tied to. So by the time they are adults, they have simply been brainwashed to believe that they do not have enough power to break free. So with a single little rope, the strongest animal on land is constrained. One little rope tied to a pole. You know, in a way, the same kind of thing happens to us as humans. So many of us have been brainwashed to think we don't have the power that we need to break free from circumstances that hold us back and do big things. You know, it's pretty shocking to think that a single rope can constrain the strongest animal in the world and the strongest mental animal in the world. You and I are held back by something as simple as a term, I can't do it. I don't know how. I'm scared to risk it. You can take your choice. You know, we can say we can, or we can say we can't. You know something? We have a pretty good chance of being right on both accounts. As human beings, we're not limited to the extent that we can satisfy our dreams and our desires by our talents, our abilities, and our resources. But the most influential limit is not what we are, but rather what we decide to do with what we are. You know, few things in life limit us as much as the attitude of playing it safe. A safe place is not necessarily a secure place. The only safe place in life that is secure is where we are right now. And then guess what? We have to move on up the road. And then it becomes secure there. And then we move a little further. We make progress. Progress. Progress is always out front. A law of life states that we can either progress or regress. We don't stand still. So progress is dependent on stepping out of our comfort zone and venturing beyond the familiar to engage the unknown. Progress is stymied when we sit back and wait for something to happen rather than to attempt to make something to happen. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Is as true today as the day it was first spoken. Beethoven, the great musician or the great music composer, had a favorite maxim. The barriers are not yet a wreck, which can say to aspiring talent in industry, thus far and no further. Thus far and no further is what happens to us when we seek security at any cost. When there is no openness to experience, instead, we prefer to stick with doing the same thing in the same old way, even after time and conditions reveal that we should be doing something different. That's not solely confined to the color of my hair. It happens to young people as well. So when there's an openness to new experience, you're not imprisoned by comfortable habits. You're not trapped by routine. You do not cling to the familiar. You do not overseek security nor choose the path of least resistance. You tend to face challenges before you with a staff in your hands and not a crutch. Taking measured risk is a price we have to make progress. Those who are afraid to make even minimal risk may avoid the pain that may come if they try something and fail, but they also forfeit the deep felt desire of well-being that comes to those who extend themselves beyond the ordinary to seek the extraordinary. So if you're not big enough to risk losing, this has an athletic connotation to it, but it applies to life. If you're not big enough to risk losing, you will rarely be big enough to enjoy a high level of winning. In other words, if you're afraid of losing, you shift the odds in favor of losing. So what is our biggest regret? I think the biggest regret we have as human beings is that when we have an opportunity before us, we fail to extend ourselves to go after it. You see, there are potential consequences just when we do nothing, just as there are consequences when we do something and are not successful at it. But at least when we make the attempt, that we go for it, we give ourselves every chance to succeed. We take the risk to extend beyond what is for what may be. So progress is always out front. I want to ask you to do me a big favor. Will you help me make progress? If you have enjoyed what we've been doing here, sharing these thoughts and ideas with you over these weeks, do me a favor. Tell 5 people, just 5 people, about who we are and where we are. I would be deeply appreciative. I'm Lou Vickery, author of 20, soon to be 25 books. The information we shared with you today actually came out of 3 of those books. Winning the Head Game, The Key to Athletic Success, Hello, Let's Talk, and a most recent one called What's Your Racket, which I've done for my tennis buddies. Well, I'm Lou Vickery. Until we meet again, keep a smile on your face, keep happiness in your heart, keep optimism on your tongue. See you soon.